After uploading a lot of pop songs to my channel, we have Sarah Bareilles singing the cover song for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Sir Elton John. And I give him the title Sir Elton John and know him as that because he justifiably deserves it. Legendary, last world tour, lots of concerts, millions of people tuning in to all his YouTube videos. We said a hearty goodbye to the man that gave us so much in the industry. My favorite song is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And when I realized that one of my favorite singers I privately listen to a lot, haven't featured on my channel, was singing this particular song, I thought, you know, it's a marriage made in heaven. You bring them together. There she is singing one of the most accomplished songs, legendary songs, and iconic songs in the music industry. And it's by one of my favorite female singers. So that's what you're going to hear. The background to Yellow Brick Road, for those that don't know, because it is a bio channel and it is slightly different than other reaction channels, is this. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road came from the 7th studio album by English singer, pianist and composer Elton John. First released in October 1973 as a double LP. The album sold more than 20 million copies worldwide and is widely regarded as John's magnum opus. Among the 17 tracks, the album contained hits Candle in the Wind, US #1, Benny and the Jets, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, plus live favourite Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. Recorded at the studio at the time, at the Chateau de Heuville in France, the album became a double LP once John and his band became inspired by the locale. The album was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2003 and continues to be highly regarded in various rankings. I'm not surprised. But also, what people don't realize is Sarah Bareilles is one of the most accomplished singers in theatre, as well as stage performances for her own live shows. And she has millions of fans. She really does. She's the American singer and pianist and sold millions of albums and over 15 million singles just in the United States alone. And she's earned various accolades, including 2 Grammy Awards, as well as nominations for 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and 3 Tony Awards. And if people wonder what theatre she's done, I'm flicking all the way down this very long detailed discography about this woman. We go to the awards and we go right up to 23, which is phenomenal, where In the Woods, which she's currently involved with, it's also been nominated for Best Actress in a Musical, Drama Desk Awards for Outstanding Lead Performance in a Musical, and Drama League Awards Distinguished Performance, and that's Sarah's involvement with that. But I think what most people in America would know, and theatres throughout Europe, and it came to Ireland a couple of years ago, to Bord Gáis Energy Theatre here in Dublin, and it was Waitress, and that back, in 2020, was up for the Olivier Awards for Best Score New Orchestrations, Best New Musical, and it was up for the Grammy Awards as well. So there you go, there's the woman that's going to sing the cover of Yellow Brick Road. And if you bear with me, what I'm going to do is give you a background bio to the song Goodbye Yellow Brick Road in honor of Sir Elton John. And I couldn't think of a better person to do a cover song than this accomplished pianist, artist, theatre writer, lyricist, and all-rounder just like Elton, than Sarah Bareilles. I hope you enjoy her reincarnation and her live performance of this legendary song.
come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. You know you can't hold me forever. I didn't sign up with you. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road. So what do you think you'll do then? I bet they shoot down your planes and take you a couple of vodka and tonics to get you on your feet again. Maybe you'll get a replacement. There's plenty like me to be found. Mongrels who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the ground. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies. I finally decided my future lies. I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road.
I have to say, Sarah Bareilles, that was an absolutely stunningly beautiful version of that. And you made it your own. It's a reincarnation, and no other cover of that song compares. In my view, you can tell me other versions if you wish, but I think Sarah Bareilles nailed it there. The bio behind the song itself, because we all know the song, but a lot of people don't know anything about the song or where it came from or originated from. We all know it was by Sir Elton John. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is mainly centered on the narrator, Elton John himself, requesting for a shift from all the fame, glitz and glamour associated with his career. He wants to move from this to a more simple life where he can truly be fulfilled. The narrator is saying goodbye to the Yellow Brick Road, which is a symbol of wealth and fame, because he wants to take back control of his life. He does not want the fame and fortune to define him, and prefers to be back to his farming roots, where he can live a more peaceful life. In the second verse, where the writer mentions getting a replacement, it appears that Bernie may have been one of request for a drift from the fame while Elton was not. Thus he asked him to find someone to replace him and write his songs, since there are so many who would love that opportunity. But if both of them were desiring to give up on fame, then it could probably be that they were saying that it wouldn't be hard to find a duo to replace them. Either way, the writer is determined to gain back control of his life, even if it means giving up on his fame to settle for a more low-key situation in life. So goodbye, it says in the lyrics, Yellow Brick Road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plough, it says. And more light on the meaning, the Yellow Brick Road is a fictional location derived from the early 20th century trendsetter, The Wizard of Oz. It's fundamentally representative of an individual enjoying a more edifying life. Within the context of this song, we can say it points to the ideas of materialism and fame. And such is the high class, celebrity-like lifestyle the singer is apparently living. So to make a long story short, what he is saying is goodbye to that particular aspect of his existence. Now, under the subtitle, narrator has a slight beef with the addressee. It says, now the addressee is someone, brackets, someone's, who is compelling him to the contrary. So basically what the narrator is doing throughout is beefing with the addressee. Throughout the beef, he is asserting that the individual can no longer force him to be part of a class he's not interested in. Indeed, the second verse reads as if the addressee has a personal stake in keeping the singer on the Yellow Brick Road. Thus, many fans have interpreted this track as being indicative of the artist, particularly Bernie Taupin's desire to leave the music industry. Or stated differently, if he actually did take an action, many people who are dependent on his skills likewise would be affected. Question asked then is the narrator really Bernie Taupin? But more to the overall point of the song, what the singer actually prefers as opposed to the Yellow Brick Road is being back on the farm, toiling for his bread and enjoying a simpler life. This is yet evidence that Bernie Taupin is in fact the subject of this particular tune. And why? Because in addition of being perceived in real life as more modest than Elton, he also actually grew up on a farm. Sorry about that. All in all, whether this track is a reflection of Mr. Taupin's own mood at the time is ultimately irrelevant, but generally speaking, it's based on a rather simple narrative which particularly anyone can empathize with. The singer is fed up with an extravagant lifestyle, largely due to the deal being his exploitation by others. And on top of that, he remembers the simplicity of how life was in a rural setting before it all blew up. And returning back to that type of livelihood has a special appeal to him in light of what he is currently enduring. Facts now to finish about Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. The music for the song was written by Elton John, the lyrics by Bernie Taupin, and the track's producer is Gus Dudgeon. Yellow Brick Road was recorded at the famous Strawberry Studios in France. Yellow Brick Road is the title track from one of the albums Elton John dropped in 1973. It was released by MCA Records and DGM Records as the second single from that project on October 73. This is one of Elton John's favourites amongst critics. The song was certified platinum in the United States on the 13th of September 1995. Moreover, this track has earned the distinction of being placed at number 390 on the Rolling Stones 2011 ranking of the 500 greatest songs of all time. The title of Yellow Brick Road is a reference to the classic 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. And finally, Elton John performed this song as a duet alongside American music icon Billy Joel in 2000 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. This rendition is featured on a DVD edition of Elton's album Elton John One Night Only, The Greatest Hits. Elton John dubbed what he intended to be his final tour, which began in 2018, the Farewell Yellow Brick Road. And Elton finally got around to putting on a show in Vermont after already performing in all of the other 49 American states, and that was in July 2018. And to commemorate the event, an ice cream manufacturer, Ben & Jerry's, released a limited edition flavor only available in Vermont, named, believe it or not, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It's amazing. The track also makes a couple of appearances on Elton John's 2009 biopic entitled Rocket Man. The Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album has a double LP, making it his 7th studio album. The album sold at the time over 30 million. It's gone on to garner over 60. It contains songs belonging to the following genres: rock, pop rock, glam rock. And the album's production was made possible thanks to the late English record producer Agnes Boyd Gus Dungeon. All the tracks in the album were composed by John and English lyricist Bernard John Topin, known for his long collaboration with John. And these were some of the singles that came out of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road: Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, Beanie and the Jets, Candle in the Wind, which we all know, and finally, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. So there's your facts, bio behind the song, performed by Sara Bareilles. Thank you, John, for everything you've accomplished. Thank you for all your contributions to the music industry. And Sarah, may your reign in theatre last as long as your longevity in live performance such as this within the music industry too. Take care.